Hello, and welcome to day 2 of home labbing. Today, we're going to create a domain controller. I already kind of started it by adding some of the services that we're going to need. But don't worry, I'll kind of go through everything I've done so far. So, the reason why I wanted to start with the domain controller is because I feel like it's just really the foundation of what we're going to be doing as far as home labbing, and it just kind of makes sense to have something that's like your base, your hub. And I just kind of like making domain controllers. It's pretty easy, quick, flash, and hurry. So first, we already added the roles and features, which kind of helps, but we really need to give this PC a name, this server a name. So I'm going to do home lab 01 DC. Show 1. Okay. Home lab DC 01. Yeah, that should be fine. Okay. Now that we have that, we gotta restart. And I'll be back once it's restarted. Okay, we're back after we renamed it. Okay. Next, and I do not remember the password to this. 1 second, let me figure out the password. Okay, we're back. So it turns out I did have the right password. I just did not document it correctly, so we fixed that in my other screen. Okay, so we already have the roles and features already added. Now we have to double check to make sure that I did my DNS settings, because we want to make sure that this is going to be pointing to the right DNS server, and I give it a static IP address. Okay, I did. Okay. So now we go through the wizard. Okay, click here. Promote this server to a domain controller. Okay. We're gonna do add a new forest. Okay, so root domain name. So let's do homelab.lab. That's gonna be the name of the domain. Okay. So we're going to have forest function of 2025. Domain functionality is 2025. Okay, let's create a password for this. Make sure we save the domain part. Password. Let's do something like okay, that should work. Next. Okay. Because that's fine. We don't really need that for now. It's not too domain change if necessary. Okay, let's see. This should only be this is gonna work. This is gonna work. Okay. Ooh, specify the ADS database. Yes, this is gonna work. I don't need to change any of that. Next. While it runs through all these checks. Okay, all of our prerequisites are checked and we're ready to go. So now we press install. And now we set up our domain. With this domain, we can add some of our other computers. Like I can add my personal computer on this domain if I want to talk to other devices on the domain. I don't think I'm going to do that just yet. I have no idea really. I just know that eventually inside this home lab, I kind of want to build an Exchange server or email server of some sorts. I don't know really yet for what we're going to do with that. But I do know a domain is kind of just nice to have, kind of play around with things like group policy and just kind of different levels of group policy and what that's going to be able to do for us. This is just kind of helps my IT background as well, along with some cybersecurity things that I want to try to focus on, especially when it comes to policy and how policy can govern networks. Okay, looks like we're good. We're about to be signed out. Close. Close. Okay, so now we have been promoted to a domain. Let this restart. This time I'll actually, keep you guys on here, so you can kind of see this process. Okay. Let's see how this looks. It's kind of taking a while. I should have gave this thing more RAM. I think some of the cool things I will be able to do is, with this domain, I'll make some fun little rules using our firewall to kind of make some things talk to one thing but not talk to the other on the network. So for example, you may have noticed at your job that your printer's IP address is not the same subnet as your computer addresses. This is good for network segmentation and things like that for security. And it kind of frees up some IP addresses as well. Aha! Okay. Type in this password. Sweet. Now we need to go see if we have things like Active Directory. And I don't have a license for this yet, but we'll work on that eventually, possibly, maybe. I have a couple free licenses somewhere. Okay, so now we're going to search here and look for Active Directory. Boom. Sweet. And here's the force that we just created. So right now we don't really have, we have our custom built-in things like remote desktop, remote access, terminal server, which I think we're going to be building one of those as well. Domain controllers, which is this PC right here. We don't have any servers accounts. We might eventually get there. But yeah. So we did it. That was today's episode of our home labbing. We finished the Active Directory. Now I can't tell you what we're going to do next, but it should be fun. Thank you guys for watching.